If you knew your reality was nothing more than a hallucination, how would you change it? If you could change who you are in an instant, would you continue being the same person you are today? It is only open minds that can realize and enact the answers to these questions. And within this video, you will find quotes that only true open minds can realize. Do you want to live a mundane life with a closed mind? Or do you want to break free from the dull nature of the existence you have created for yourself? Keep watching as we discuss deep quotes from Alan Watts that only open minds will truly realize. Quote number 20, we cannot be more sensitive to pleasure without being more sensitive to pain. We are starting with this quote today because life is a game of contrast. Life implies death, black implies white, and pleasure implies pain. Think of a spectrum with pain on one side and pleasure on the other. The deeper you experience pain, the more you can experience pleasure. Similarly, the more you seek pleasure, the greater the degree of pain you may experience. This goes to show that if we chase positive feelings, we may be opening ourselves up to more pain. Number 19. What the devil is the point of surviving, going on living, when it's a drag? But you see, that's what people do. Do you enjoy living? Or do you just go through each day hoping something will save you from your existence? If you answered yes, is that what you want your life to be? The only person who can save you from the monotony of life is you, and you need nothing but a shift in mindset to start dancing to the tune of life. Even when faced with adversity, focus on your drive to survive instead of the desire to escape from your life. We have an instinctual will to carry on and a desire for continuity. The human spirit is much more resilient than what we allow ourselves to believe. Number 18. The ego is nothing other than the focus of conscious attention. The I that you perceive yourself to be is nothing more than an illusion. This illusion is created by what you direct your conscious attention towards. If you keep telling yourself, I am stupid, this is what the ego will attach to, and so you will create a stupid identity. If you consciously shift your focus to the person you want to be, you will notice your ego will start to evolve along these lines. The ego can end up controlling you in life, or if you are aware enough, you can use it as a tool to enact miraculous changes in your life. Number 17. And although our bodies are bounded with skin, and we can differentiate between outside and inside, they cannot exist except in a certain kind of natural environment. Imagine yourself floating in a void of nothingness. What would you be in this void, besides a noisy bag of flesh with nothing to interpret your voice, hunger, and desires? We like to view ourselves as separate from the natural environment, but we are part of the environment as much as a wave is a part of the ocean. You are deeply intertwined with the world around you, and you couldn't exist independently of it. Number 16. Problems that remain persistently insoluble should always be suspected as questions asked in the wrong way. It's insane to do the same thing over and over again, expecting things to change. This is like hitting a paper plane with a sledgehammer. Is there a problem in your life that you just can't wrap your head around? It's likely not a matter of having the wrong answer, but rather asking the wrong questions. The assumptions we make often come from past experiences and limit our ability to think creatively about a problem. Number 15. A scholar tries to learn something every day. A student of Buddhism tries to unlearn something daily. Right from birth, we are programmed and conditioned with certain ways of behaving, believing, and thinking. While some of these are necessary, not all of them benefit us in the long run. Knowledge is important, but if we do not have the self-awareness to use it responsibly, our intellect runs amok and causes havoc. This is when we start using our intelligence to drop bombs on people and hurt others. The more we can unlearn conditioned patterns, the greater self-awareness and therefore understanding we will have of ourselves as people. Number 14. You are under no obligation to be the same person you were 5 minutes ago. This is a life-changing quote that you should think of several times a day. Sometimes we don't like the person we are, and this stems from how we acted or reacted in the past. Do you believe you can't change this person? There is no reason as to why you can't. Alan Watts wanted to show us that it's possible to change, and you're allowed to, no matter what perception you or others hold of you. Number 13. What we have to discover is that there is no safety, that seeking is painful, and that when we imagine that we have found it, we don't like it. Everything you have ever wanted is available right now. You likely have something in your life that you are chasing after. It could be money, a partner, success in your job, whatever it is. If you are not able to be joyful with this moment, you probably won't be happy once you have achieved this imaginary future goal you have set for yourself. It's good to have goals, but they can become a never-ending cycle of constantly wanting more. Once you achieve it, you will realize it's not what you wanted and start seeking the next thing. Stay present, and you will discover eternal joy in whatever you have right now. Number 12. You do not play a sonata in order to reach the final chord. And if the meanings of things were simply an ends, composers would write nothing but finales. This relates to the previous quote and can be applied to everything in life. Do people hike just so they can see a pretty view? The journey is often more important than the destination. And we forget to appreciate the journey and feel dissatisfied when the finale is not what we wanted it to be. In other words, learn to dance with the music of life in every moment. Number 11. People become concerned with being more humble than other people. In a race to be the most humble, the loser is the winner. Humans love to compare ourselves to those around us, and this extends even to humility. We tend to begin thinking we are more humble than other people, then we completely lose the point. True humility is a genuine expression that acknowledges you are as good as anyone, but better than no one. Number 10. The source of all light is in the eye. Start thinking about this question. Does the world create you in its image, or do you create the world in yours? Think of your mind as though it were a projector, projecting the reality you believe is in front of you. Our subjective experience of reality is shaped by our individual sensory and cognitive processes. So when life isn't going your way, don't ask, why is life unfair to me? Ask yourself what you believe is creating this reality for you. Number 9. Things are as they are. Looking out into the universe at night, we make no comparisons between right and wrong stars, nor between well and badly arranged constellations. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not judge between right and wrong. Everything just is. Everything exists exactly as it is. We often apply our perception to this experience, but we view life from an inherently linear perspective. Often, what we call a bad experience can teach us so much more about the nature of life than purely good experiences. Embrace all experiences as necessary, and you will realize everything plays a role in this paradoxical journey. Number 8. The meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain, so obvious, and so simple. And yet, everybody rushes around in a great panic, as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves. The meaning of life lies in the very experience of being alive. In each breath we take, each heartbeat that pulses within us, and each moment we are present in the here and now. It is found in the simplicity of existence itself, the interconnected web of life, and the intricate dance of nature that unfolds around us. Trying to find some grand meaning or purpose often leads to depression and an unsatisfactory experience of life. Number 7. Just as true humor is laughter at oneself, true humanity is knowledge of oneself. Once you see just how joyous it can be to simply live, you start to see how funny life can be. You stop taking yourself seriously, and you can just laugh at yourself without harsh judgment or criticism. Laughter, born from genuine humor, is the echo of self-awareness, allowing us to embrace our imperfections and vulnerabilities. Just as humor invites us to see the comedy in our own experiences, true humanity urges us to delve into the depths of self-understanding. Number 6. I owe my solitude to other people. This is another quote from Alan Watts that shows the paradoxical nature of life. Many of us get caught in solitude, suffering in isolation, when this idea wouldn't exist without the existence of other people. It is an important part of everyone's journey to appreciate the value of silence, introspection, and alone time. It is through this experience that we gain a greater appreciation for the company of people. Number 5. I find that the sensation of myself as an ego inside a bag of skin is really a hallucination. If you truly knew that reality was not as real as you think, just a hallucination that your mind creates, would you behave in the same way? Our ideas of this life being real hold us back in so many ways. The truth is, your mind is just hallucinating this experience into existence. So, why let silly things like judgment hold you back from creating the hallucination you truly desire? Number 4. If the universe is meaningless, so is the statement that it is so. If this world is a vicious trap, so is its accuser, and the pot is calling the kettle black. In a cosmos that often appears chaotic and devoid of inherent meaning, it can be tempting to label existence as a mere void, a senseless trap. However, such a conclusion is paradoxical in nature, for if the universe truly lacks meaning, then any assertion of its meaninglessness is equally baseless. To claim that the world is nothing more than a cruel snare is to become ensnarled in the very trap one seeks to expose. Label the world as you wish it to be instead. Number 3. There was a young man who said, though, "It seems that I know, but what I would like to see is the I that knows me when I know that I know that I know." This might not make sense at first, but it's a wonderful quote pointing out the cyclical nature of consciousness, enabling us to understand true awareness of the self. We must uncover the elusive I that lies behind our awareness and the source of our understanding. The path to self-discovery is often a winding and mysterious one. Embrace the questions, the doubts, and the curiosity that arise as you explore the many facets of your consciousness. In doing so, you may just catch a glimpse of that enigmatic I that lies at the heart of all-knowing. Number 2. Through our eyes, the universe is perceiving itself. Through our ears, the universe is listening to its harmonies. We are the witnesses through which the universe becomes conscious of its glory, of its magnificence. We often find ourselves seeking our place within this confusing existence. Yet, this quote invites us to consider that we are not merely passive observers, but rather active participants in the cosmic dance of consciousness. Through our senses, our eyes, ears, and beyond, we become vessels for the universe to experience itself. It is through our awareness and perception that the grandeur and harmony of creation are appreciated, understood, and celebrated. In this light, we are not just witnesses to the universe's magnificence, but rather extensions of its consciousness. Number 1. Trying to define yourself is like trying to bite your own teeth. Think about this. The brain named itself. It's an odd thought, but it shows how we have defined everything around us, creating this world. How do you bite your own teeth? Join us in the comments and tell us what you think this quote means. Thank you for watching, dear seekers. We hope you enjoyed this video.